You're 24, sitting in a truck stop parking lot in Amarillo, Texas, staring at a permit application for a load that's 11 feet wide. One wrong number on this form, and you lose your authority to haul anything oversized in the state of Texas for 90 days. Somewhere out past the horizon, a customer you haven't met yet is about to change everything about how this business runs. You don't know that yet. Right now, you just need this permit to go through. 18 years later, a single client signs a contract with you worth $4.1 million a year. This is how far you can go owning a heavy-haul trucking company. If you like real numbers behind real businesses, subscribe. New video every week. You start with one truck, a 2009 Peterbilt, $61,000, financed over 5 years through a credit union that almost said no until you showed them 6 months of pay stubs from your old job driving flatbed for someone else. Heavy haul means hauling things that don't fit on a normal trailer. Excavators, transformers, modular homes. Anything wider than 8.5 feet needs a state permit. Anything taller than 13.5 feet needs one too. Cross into a second state on the same trip, you need a second permit, sometimes a third. Sometimes an escort vehicle you have to hire on top of that. Your first load is a used excavator, 14 feet wide, 300 miles from a dealership outside Lubbock to a construction site near Wichita Falls. You quote it at $1,800. After fuel, after the permit fee, after the pilot car you hire to drive ahead and warn oncoming traffic with a flashing amber light and a sign that says, "Wide load," you clear $640. Not much, but it's real money, and the phone keeps ringing. The second call comes from a woman named Darlene. She's a freight broker who's been matching oversized loads to truckers for 19 years, working out of a small office above a tire shop in Fort Worth. She tells you straight, no warm-up. Most new haulers quit in year 1 because they underprice the permits and overprice their own patience. She gives you a transformer move anyway, a 22,000-pound electrical transformer headed to a substation upgrade, $2,400. You don't screw it up. She becomes the person who calls you first when something tough comes through her desk. Not because you're cheap, because you check your bridge clearances before you leave the yard, every single time. And in this business, that's rarer than it should be. Half the guys she works with skip the survey and just hope the GPS knows what it's talking about. Month 4, you almost learn why that habit matters the hard way. A route through Oklahoma crosses a bridge rated 10,000 pounds under your load weight. You catch it in your route survey the night before you're supposed to leave. If you'd missed it, cracked bridge support, a lawsuit, a federal investigation, and a business that ends before it really starts. So the survey becomes non-negotiable. Every bridge, every overpass, every low-hanging utility line, checked on paper before the truck ever moves an inch. It costs you an extra 2 or 3 hours per job. It saves you everything you've built and everything you're about to build. Year 2, you buy a hydraulic detachable gooseneck trailer, $94,000, most of it financed against the equity in your first truck. Now you can haul equipment that can't drive itself up a ramp. Dead machinery, broken down generators, anything that has to be lifted and set rather than rolled. A construction company calls about a crawler crane component. 3 other carriers already turned this job down, said it was too heavy for their trailers. You quote $3,200. They say yes before you finish the sentence. Darlene starts sending you the jobs nobody else wants to touch. Word moves fast in this industry. Faster than you'd think for something that runs on fax machines and phone calls half the time. Dispatchers remember who says yes when everyone else says it's too much trouble. Year 4, you hire your first driver. Mitchell, 41 years old, 12 years of standard flatbed experience, 0 heavy haul experience. He shows up to the interview in steel-toed boots and asks more questions about permits than about pay. You don't put him on a load alone for 3 months. He rides with you first. Watches how you survey a route on a laptop the night before. Watches how you talk to a state trooper at a weigh station when the paperwork doesn't perfectly match the load dimensions. A calm 5-minute conversation that turns into a 4-hour delay if you say the wrong thing or get defensive. 2 years later, Mitchell's running solo, pulling 6 figures a year off his truck alone, and turning down jobs that don't smell right the same way you taught him to. Year 6. The insurance bill almost ends you. Heavy haul liability jumps from $19,000 to $38,000 a year for 2 trucks. No accidents on your record, no claims filed. The market just tightened across the whole industry after a string of bad incidents nationwide that had nothing to do with you. You almost quote a job too low just to keep cash moving. Then you sit down and do the math properly, for the first time honestly instead of guessing. And you raise your rates 14% across every client on your list. You lose 2 clients who go shopping for someone cheaper. You keep 11. The 11 who stay are the ones who actually needed your bridge surveys and your record, not just the lowest number on a quote sheet. Year 9. Darlene calls with something different than anything she sent you before. A wind energy coordinator needs turbine blades moved from a port facility to a build site, each blade 180 feet long. You don't own equipment built for that. Almost nobody in this region does. You don't say no. You say 2 weeks. You find a specialized trailer manufacturer willing to lease you a blade trailer for the first job. Bring in 2 other small carriers you trust completely, and run it as a coordinated 3-truck convoy with a single 280-mile route survey covering every bridge and every low wire between the port and the site. The job pays $47,000, split 3 ways. Not a huge number on paper, but the wind company doesn't forget who pulled it off without a single delay, a single damaged blade, or a single phone call asking where their truck was. Year 12, you buy your own blade trailer. $310,000, financed over 7 years against contracts you can now point to as proof you can actually do the work. No more leasing. No more waiting on someone else's equipment schedule to line up with yours. You're not bidding against 40 trucking companies anymore for jobs like this. You're bidding against 4, maybe 5 on a slow year. Year 15, 12 trucks on the road, 4 of them built specifically for blade and turbine work. The rest split between general heavy equipment and oversized construction loads. Combined revenue, $6.8 million. Net margin runs around 11% after fuel, insurance, permits, and driver pay. That's $748,000 a year in profit. You stopped driving 2 years ago. You spend your days reviewing route surveys other people built, training new hires the same patient way you trained Mitchell, and turning down loads that don't make sense, because by now, you know exactly which jobs are worth the risk and which ones are a headache wearing a paycheck. Year 18. The wind contractor, the same one from year 9, signs a $4.1 million annual contract, the biggest single deal you've ever closed. More than half your entire revenue from just 5 years earlier. You add 4 more trucks to handle the volume, 16 on the road now, 7 of them built for blade work. Revenue crosses $9.7 million the year the contract kicks in fully. Not because you're the cheapest. You're not, and you stopped pretending to be years ago. Because in 9 years, working smaller jobs with this same company, you've never missed a delivery window, never damaged a bridge, never had a load stuck somewhere you should have checked twice. The contract isn't really paying for trucks. Trucks are replaceable. You can buy another Peterbilt next week if one breaks down. It's paying for 18 years of judgment, knowing which routes work before you drive them, knowing which loads are worth the risk and which calls deserve a straight no. You started with a Peterbilt you were still making payments on and a permit application you were terrified to get wrong. You ended up running 16 trucks, $9.7 million a year, and the company other haulers call when the job is too big for everyone else on the list. The only question that ever mattered, how far were you willing to go? Subscribe if you want to see how far the next one goes.